Harigamneris. Hello, my friends. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight. This is an exciting event. We're thrilled to have you all here. In another age and clime, the life of Arshile Gorky might have fascinated a Sophocles or Shakespeare with its incredibly made-to-order dramatic possibilities. Today, it could provide the stuff for a long Hollywood film or a thick novel in the Russian or French tradition. And a claim can be proposed that no artist, including Van Gogh, has yet experienced such extremes of exhilaration and tragedy. Indeed, the life itself seems to offer as many themes for literature as the art it has produced and contributed to aesthetic growth. The Whistler House Museum of Art's relationship, as Michael told you, with Arshile Gorky began in 1976 when Catherine O'Donnell Murphy, a former trustee of the Whistler House organization and art student with Gorky in Boston, gifted the Park Street Church, Boston, 1924, to the museum, making it a significant part of its 19th century and 20th century collection, permanent collection of American art. Who could have imagined that 28 years later, in 2004, we would be presented with the unique opportunity to acquire a private collection of works by this indisputable pioneer of American modern art, the vital link between European modern art and American abstract expressionism. 5 years in the making. Drawings and paintings by Arshile Gorky, the Mina Boa-Metzger collection, is a valuable addition to the Whistler House, no doubt. It contains works that span Arshile Gorky's early artistic career, showcasing this noteworthy artist as a seminal figure in the movement towards abstraction that ultimately transformed American art as we know it today. The collection we have was painted starting in 1924 throughout the 1920s and into the 1930s. It's part of his early collection. The exhibit presents 28 never-before-seen and rarely seen drawings and paintings and includes the only surviving stone sculpture executed by the artist in his lifetime. It is significant in that these works trace his progression, as you will see, featuring the painting influences of the great modern European masters, including Paul Cézanne, Pablo Picasso, and Joan Miró. The most famous survivor of the Armenian genocide, Arshile Gorky was ahead of his time both artistically and intellectually. Equipped with an innate poetic ability to capture his words and thoughts on canvas, Gorky sought to broaden human awareness and understanding of the world around him. The maturity shown in his works of the 1940s was so original, deliberate, and eclectic that many could not understand or comprehend his achievement. He provided inspiration and stylistic direction for many artists of the next generation, including Jackson Pollock, Mark Rothko, and Willem de Kooning, but was overshadowed by the fanfare that greeted their success in the New York School and the art-loving public. Today, on further study, Arshile Gorky is being assessed once again significantly by art critics and historians alike. In October of 2009, next month, the Philadelphia Museum of Art will present a major retrospective exhibition and study on Gorky, entitled Arshile Gorky, a Retrospective. After its opening in Philadelphia, the exhibit will travel to Los Angeles, to the Contemporary Museum of Modern Art there, and to the Tate Modern in London, and is the first significant survey of his works in almost 30 years. As well as generating a new, much-needed dialogue about this important artist among scholars, artists, and the public, the Mina Boa-Metzger collection and these new exhibitions will celebrate his work and life, which is particularly gratifying for the artist's longtime admirers. Highlighting his passion and dedication as an artistic genius, Gorky's legacy will be further secured. His undeniably tragic life, filled with haunting memories of his Armenian past, enlightened his innovative and deeply personal paintings. which continue to resonate to this day. An exhibition of this significance would not have been possible without the support of numerous individuals and organizations. You're all out there. My gratitude and important acknowledgement must be expressed to my friends, first and foremost, the most generous donors of the Mina Boa Metzger collection. To the Arshile Gorky family, who also makes up part of our honorary committee, Mauro Gorky Spender, Matthew Spender, who live in Italy, Natasha Gorky Young, who lives in London, Melissa Kerr of the Arshile Gorky Foundation. She's here with us tonight and will be saying a few words to you. The author, Hayden Herrera, the law firm of Kavanaugh and Gallagher, the Thomas Edison Parker Foundation, the Williamstown Art Conservation Center, the Lowell Cultural Council, Peter Kostelakis, who is part of the committee, but who has been with us and supportive of us throughout this entire process. He's an art consultant, but has helped us even up to this day, putting everything together for us and traveling to pick up these collections for us. O'Connor Studios for the wonderful reproductions and enlargements of photos we have here tonight. Our generous sponsors. Without them, this place would not exist. Particularly the First Lady of Lowell, Nancy Donahue, and Dick Donahue, for if it wasn't for them, the Whistler House Museum of Art would not be here tonight. I'd like to give them a round of applause. I don't know where they are. Staff members, Jimmy Diamond, who was my right-hand person throughout this entire process, Vanessa Bulio, and our wonderful and illustrious Executive Director, Michael Lawley. And last but not least, the Board of Directors of the Whistler House Museum of Art and the Arshile Gorky Mina Boa Metzger Collection Committee, and especially my friends, Terry O'Connor. Without her help, this house and this event would not look as beautiful as it does tonight. And my dear friend Ann Porter, who was extremely supportive throughout this entire process over the 5 years. She was the biggest Arshile Gorky fan on the entire board of directors. I am most grateful for their truly generous support and commitment to this important initiative. It is with great pleasure that the Whistler House Museum of Art presents the unique opportunity to showcase a special collection of Arshile Gorky's works, to acknowledge his singular importance within the history of art, and to introduce this fascinating artist to a new generation of art viewers. Shat Shano Lagalem, thank you for coming.
Thank you, Sara.